Hey, welcome back. We're so happy that you have joined us again live here from the Oswald Chambers Room on the campus of God's Bible School and College. You have been such a support today as we have shared the story of GBS, the why really of our existence. And I hope that you caught just a little bit of the passion that we feel, the passion that drives us when we get out of bed in the morning, the passion that gets us through difficult, helps us to overcome insurmountable odds at times. Frankly, Aaron, there has been a lot of downtimes for Christian higher education in the last several years. And when you look at all of the colleges that have closed, we have to just take a step back and thank God for what He has done here, what He is doing here, and by faith, what He's going to do in the future. We don't believe God's done, and we're excited about that. And Aaron, you are working, as I've said before, on the front lines, and I appreciate so much you lending your talents. Actually, lending is not the right word. You giving, you abandoning yourself to God, to use some chamber. I know you like chambers.
Yes, I do.
And thank God for people like Aaron who love the academic realm enough to get in there and mess with the nuts and bolts. And Aaron, I appreciate that so much. Before we get too far, I do want to remind you of where we want you to go to give. It's giving.gbs.edu. There's a number of ways for you to give there. And would you just stop right now and give? Don't just watch. Can you give $5? Can you give 10? Can you give 15? We need you to give whatever you can. If you can do that through that giving site, there are options there. And then also, Cash App is available. I know many of you use Cash App, and so that's God's Bible College. And go ahead and give. That's the dollar sign, God's Bible College, and go ahead and give through that means. We're keeping track. We're going to give an update here in just a moment of where we are and where we need to be. And I know you're going to help us get over the finish line. I believe by faith we're going to accomplish that tonight with your help. Thank you for that. You work on the front lines, Dr. Prophet, and one of the things that I have said to prospective students and those who are sending prospective students to our campus, I tell them that one of the things to do, listen to the PR speeches, yes, listen to all the data that's put out there, but you can get overwhelmed in that. I often tell folks one of the greatest numbers to look at is the retention rate.
For sure.
And there are national averages, and we have our averages, and are those published for folks to see?
Those are actually, if you get Title IV aid from the government, you have to make those public as part of the iPads.
So tell them what Title IV is, because we're in real America here.
So Title IV aid is entitlement aid. If you're a U.S. citizen, if you meet the criteria, you're eligible for Pell Grant. There are also loans available, but Pell Grant is money you don't pay back. And the government views it as an investment in developing educated citizens for the workforce, for other things. And so part of participating in that, we're required to make some information public through an annual survey that the Department of Education administers called iPads. And so there is an official retention rate that every Title IV receiving school has to calculate. And we are actually required to make that public. So that should be on an institution's website.
So we're not giving some private information here. So what would our rate be? Just so that, what's the national average, and then what's our rate, so that we can know?
The national average varies quite a bit by sector. You know, community college is going to look different from a four-year school. But you know, somewhere between 50 and 75, I think. It's a broad range, but in some cases you'll get under 50% community colleges for the iPads cohort. Ours, for a number of years now, has been consistently above 80%. Spiked into the 90s a couple of times. And we're really grateful for that.
So for the layperson who hears those numbers, what do you back off and say? What does that mean?
So this is a look at what percentage of your students who came in the fall semester as brand new students seeking a degree, What percentage of those students came back for year 2?
Oh, wow. So it is important.
So it is important. After they've experienced a year, the ups and downs, the finals, student life, all of those things, do they make the effort to come back the second year? And there are good reasons. Some students might join the military. They might do something else. They might transfer to another school.
Right.
But if that number is too low, it might say something about the student experience.
Right. What I tell folks when they ask me, I say basically it's an indication of your sales pitch. Yeah. Are you overselling?
That's right.
Or are you doing what you say you're going to do? And so that's an important number.
It is.
And one that we work hard to try to maintain. And it also is an indicator, because we have the Christian Worldview Scholarship here, it's an indicator of the work that God is doing in our students' lives. I had Jonathan Glick on in an earlier session, and he talked about a couple of students who came just to do the 1 year of Bible college, and who now, one of them got a call to ministry in a chapel service. And another just came to him, I think it was earlier this week, which would, I guess, be yesterday, and said that he intends to come back next year. And so that's exciting to see students who come saying, I'm just going to get a year of Bible out of the way and to go to a state college, a community college, go into the trades, and they decide to stay right here. And that's exciting. I mentioned trades. Do we have here at GBS, Aaron, any pathways for those who are interested in trades?
Absolutely. So we have a number of colleges and universities in the Cincinnati area. Some of those have trades programs. And so we've done some work to develop an articulation agreement where Gateway Community and Technical College has committed in advance to accept some of our credits into some of their trades programs. So there's a roadmap. Probably other schools will do the same, but we've tried to provide a smooth path with one of our area partners for folks who I think are called to trades.
Oh, I agree with that. And not only do we have that opportunity, but also through our facilities department.
Absolutely.
Many of these students come and work right alongside guys who have HVAC training and certifications, and guys who are very skilled at a myriad of things. I think of one of our maintenance guys, actually the maintenance foreman, who there's nothing that Phil can't do. He just, from electrical wiring all the way down to plumbing and even yard work. That's the way these guys operate. They're willing to do whatever it takes to get the job done. And I tell them often, you guys are the wall builders out of Nehemiah.
Yeah, for sure.
You're the guys with stones in your hands and a trowel in your hand, and you're building the wall so that I can sit in an office and I can teach a class or whatever it is that I'm doing at that time. And they are the guys that make it possible. And we have a beautiful campus as a result.
Absolutely.
And so we're not anti-trade.
No, absolutely not.
We're very pro, and it's exciting.
One of my favorite stories last year, I was asking students to tell me about employees who were just going above and beyond. And really, I was targeting faculty, who in the classroom. And one of the nominations was from one of the facilities guys.
Oh, wow.
And the student said, he regularly asks us, how are you doing in your classes? Are you keeping up? How are you doing spiritually? That pouring into students' lives all across campus.
I love it.
While you're working side by side on a wall or whatever it might be.
I love it. And again, GBS stamp.
Doesn't
matter where you're at, doesn't matter what you're doing. And I said this in every session, and it's true. But if you want to make a difference in the future, invest in a student today. And you can do that, again, through giving.gbs.edu, the Cash App, God's Bible College, and we encourage you. Would you just, right now, just pause and make a gift to the school? It will make a difference, a gift of any size, and we encourage you to do that. Also, want to encourage you to share this with your friends. They may not know about God's Bible School and College, and this is an opportunity for you to introduce us to your friend group. So share it, like it, do all the thumbs up things, give us heart emojis. And if you attended GBS, you're an alum, why don't you say you're an alum, just in the comment line. Just say, I'm here, I'm an alum. I graduated in 95 or I attended. Give us those years. I think it'll be
Yeah.
neat to see
That's
all of our
great.
friends chiming in. And even if you watch this after the fact, chime in. We want to hear from
Absolutely.
you. It'd be great to catch up. Well, Aaron, it's been great today, and I can't wait to hear your next segment with Sonia talking about the impact that staff and faculty are
Yeah.
making on the lives of students. I'm going to bring
Absolutely.
Mike Yancey in
Let me get
now.
a microphone to Mike.
And Mike is the Director of Development here at the school. He and I work just right alongside each other. His office is literally just down the hall from my office, not down the hall, across the secretary's office. And so we share a lot. We're in the trenches together. We travel together. He's on the road a lot, raising funds for the school. And Mike, it's a great joy to have you. And I know that you're a familiar face to many. But anyway, thanks for joining us tonight. I thought it'd be good to start with an update. What we have been able to accomplish today through the folks who are watching this. And so right now we are at just over $65,000. Maybe it'd be better if I stood up. When we started this morning, there wasn't anything on this thing. But through the generosity of folks, we're making progress, and we are climbing that. So right now, as it stands, we need $17,000 to hit our mark. And do you believe we're going to be able to hit that?
I believe so.
All right. Mike, tell us a little bit. What goes into development at a school like this? What do you do on a daily basis? Are you on the phone all the time asking people for money, or is there a little more strategy involved?
I think it's a long-term strategy of relationship building. When I first came here, I was made acutely aware of the fact that the power that you had as the president to raise funds had a lot to do with long-standing relationships that you had. And I think over the last 5 years almost that I've been here, just now we're starting to see some of the fruits, developing on the tree, if you will.
Right.
And, I made a comment to a girl today whose father is a giver to the school, and we were just laughing about how that it's very dangerous to be my friend. And,
it's very expensive to be his friend.
And I said to her, we don't give to our enemies.
No.
We give to our friends.
Love that.
And I think that people need to feel that camaraderie,
That's good.
so.
Right. Mike, you're not an alum of GBS. Mike has been a longtime friend of mine. He's been successful in marketing and developing companies down through the years, been a pastor. And yet he's here because he knows the difference that quality Christian education shaped by Wesleyan conviction has in the lives of students.
Absolutely.
And Mike, thank you for what you do to the school. What projects, I know we're talking about Giving Tuesday here, but what else is going on in the donor world? There may be somebody out there who says, Giving Tuesday really doesn't light my fire, but I'd like to do something else. And what else is out there?
Well, I think, and I don't know if this has been mentioned throughout the day, but Giving Tuesday was actually started about 2012. And the whole motivation for it was after Cyber Monday and after Black Friday and all of the getting that we do, to somehow launch the idea of giving all the way through the end of the year.
Oh, wow.
And a lot of businesses, I myself included, we're looking at financials and we're trying to figure out, okay, what do we need to spend in order to mitigate the liability we have on income tax?
That's right.
And so a lot of the people who do give larger amounts, they're giving this time of year. So I think that that's one of the things that's on my radar, is that historically, year after year, we've done that, developing relationships, and we're meeting a guy Thursday morning, and that's his whole focus,
Relationships.
RMDs are a big thing.
Tell me what that is.
Required minimum distributions.
Okay.
And some folks, like this gentleman not too long ago, who gave quite a large sum of money, at least it was large to me, he said, we got to thinking, we don't need this money. We already have a good retirement. Mm-hmm. And he strategically gave that amount, all of the R&Ds, so that he could lower his tax liability.
Right.
So there are those kind of people that we're dealing with. We raise money for things like transportation. We put lots and lots of miles on vehicles. and you know, a lot of incidental things along that line as well, as far as wrapping the vehicles and maintaining them, et cetera. There's a lot of money that goes into that.
And we can't overlook the front burner item that we're working hard to raise money for the foyer. It's about $2.7 million. And it's a foyer on the back of the chapel. And be watching, by the way, watch your mail. Very shortly, if you're a subscriber to the Revivalist, we're going to send you something out. And it'll just get you a pictorial look at what we're trying to accomplish. And we would love to have you help us out on that gift as well. Year-end giving is key. We need to have your help. We need your help at the end of the year, and we hope that you'll partner with us. Mike, thank you.
Absolutely.
And again, you're doing a great work, and we appreciate it so very much. A lot goes into it, and we appreciate your friendship and your relationship. And so please share this, like it, give now at giving.gbs.edu. On that page, there's opportunities for you to give through Apple Pay and Google Pay and credit card and ACH. And we'll even take an old-fashioned check if you know how to write one. But we would love to have you just come alongside tonight. We're trying desperately to reach our goal, 17,000 at the last count. Give now. We're going to give an update here in a moment. Dr. Prophet, come back. And he's going to have just a casual chat with Sonia. I have so enjoyed your conversation with Miss V. And just hearing the perspective of the students, the stories she's read, the passion behind the staff and faculty, it just excites me. So I'm going to leave it with you again.
Sounds great.
And we appreciate you guys and your effort here at the school. Sonia, come and let's see what we can learn during this time.
Fantastic. Thank you. We've been talking about different things during the day today. We started out, we talked as well as the two of us with Vice President for Spiritual Life, Richard Miles, about discipleship and spiritual formation. And that was a great way to start. That's the foundation of everything that we do. We tried to talk a little bit about leadership and ministry formation. I'm still excited about the things the deans shared, about how students are stepping into leadership and they're initiating things.
Absolutely.
They're living out the New Testament command to edify one another now. And if they're doing it now, I think that's going to continue.
Oh, you get a taste for it, right?
You do.
I think
Absolutely.
once you start realizing what happens when you take initiative, when you start seeing God use you. And that's our goal here.
Absolutely.
Is to have our students get a taste of what it's like to be in the harvest field. Not just learn about the harvest field, but actually get out in the harvest field. And it's amazing how, like Katie said, they're terrified when they go out and all of a sudden,
something clicks.
I can do this. I've got tools. I can actually do it.
And I think part of what clicks is you find when you walk in the light, when you do what Jesus says to do, the presence and power of the Holy Spirit is with you.
Yes, you don't do it alone.
You don't do it alone, and it's a different experience. And some of my favorite stories, we hear students who go back to their home church.
Yes.
And they say, what can I do? A couple of years ago, we had a student participate in prayer station ministry here, and go to our home church and say, we could do this right here, and launch a prayer station ministry in her church. And I think you told me this week maybe about a similar story where a student had taken a card ministry.
Yes. I was talking to a student recently, and this is what I love about ministry and about how we try to do it here. Students have different gift areas.
Absolutely.
Right? And there's going to be some students, we've talked about those that preach, those that sing. I think sometimes it's easy to focus on those upfront things, which are needed.
Absolutely.
This is not to throw those under the bus or shame them in any way. They absolutely need the preaching of the word is powerful and God ordained.
Yes.
But there are going to be some students that are never going to get on a platform and preach the word. They're never going to lead a song or whatever. But there are ways here that they can find a niche to minister. And so we had a young lady who was not an upfront person, did not want to be an upfront person, but wanted to find a way to encourage people and minister to people. And so while she was here in school, started a card ministry. and I believe I got a letter from someone that said, I received a card. It was a person who it was an older person who she and her husband had been through a lot of physical difficulties, received a card from these students who were doing this, ministered to them deeply.
Yeah.
And so anyway, just recently I was talking to her, and we were talking about ways that she could take that card ministry back with her to where she was. And so it's just so exciting that there are so many different ways our students are able to minister, and they find, like, where can I fit?
Yeah.
Where can I plug in?
How am I part of the body of Christ?
Exactly.
I think especially of the value of a ministry like that when there's this culture-wide loneliness epidemic.
Yes.
And that's going directly...
right to the heart.
Yeah. We wanted to kind of end the day talking a little bit about just the culture again that we talked about this morning, the culture of campus, particularly staff and faculty, sort of pouring themselves into the lives of students, because we think that life-on-life discipleship is one of the most powerful ways that God uses to transform us.
Absolutely.
And
community.
The community.
Right, body of Christ.
And I think you brought along a friend. I don't know if you want to bring her in now.
I did bring I can. Why don't you talk about the missional nature of this friend?
The missional nature. So you've seen Ozzy. If you've watched the live streams earlier today, you've seen Ozzy. You'll be delighted to know that
his hip is fine.
Dr. Kent was a little wrong. No hip replacement needed. But Ozzy is named, of course, for Oswald Chambers. President Loper mentioned we're in the Oswald Chambers room where Oswald Chambers taught when he was a member of the faculty in the early 20th century. And you know, we get photos of Ozzy on social media. Everyone loves Ozzy. But I don't know that everybody knows the story of why we have a campus dog. It's not to be trendy.
Right.
Not to be clever. So why do you now have a dog?
Sure. So one of the things that we do here at GBS is we really value student feedback. And so regularly, I believe at least twice a year, we try to have a town hall meeting with the president where students can bring up concerns, questions. And for several years, students said, we would love to have a dog on campus. You know, we can't really allow students to bring their dogs and cats and gerbils into the dorm. And they miss their pets, and they miss, you know, having something warm and fuzzy to cuddle. And they begin to request that year after year. And so, about 4 years ago now, the president came to me and said, would you be willing to get a dog for campus? And I didn't know that he was serious initially, but indeed he was. And so this was in direct response to a student felt need. And the most exciting thing about this, and obviously I am really blessed with this little guy, but he has opened so many doors for students to, you know, when you talk about a vice president for student affairs, I don't, you know, I know me, so I don't think I'm that scary, right? Sure. But the title can be a barrier sometimes, right? But you throw a little fluffy dog in the mix, and all of a sudden things start changing. And I have students that visit my office just to see the dog. In fact, sometimes when I'm out on campus, I am definitely an afterthought, right?
Ozzy and Ozzy's mother.
That's right. Hi, Ozzy. Oh, hi, Miss V. But the conversations I'm able to have. You know, it's amazing when I play backup for the school nurse because my degree is in nursing, and he has snuggled with many a sick student, helped them feel better, or a sad student. It's amazing how sometimes in my office there's a lot of tears that come, and I've seen him get up close and be that. And again, I think it's just that missional, how are ways we can serve our students.
Absolutely.
In ways that connect them. Maybe it connects them to a family pet or connects them. I hear so many stories about family pets
I bet.
When they're hanging out with Ozzy. So it's, you know, it kind of seems cutesy, like you've got a campus dog, but he really has a ministry here.
It's part of the culture.
That sounds funny, but he really, really does. And it's exciting to see how he's made connections with our students. So you're doing pretty good in the spotlight, buddy.
It's easy to think about connections in, you know, chapel or discipleship groups or classrooms.
Right.
One of the important ways that staff and faculty engage with students is beyond that in
Yes.
ways that would be unconventional in a lot of sectors of higher education.
Sure.
So one of the things that many of our faculty and staff families do is eat meals in the dining
Yes.
hall along with our students. And over the years, I've come to believe that's a really important discipleship opportunity. For one thing, it gives students access to families.
Sure.
And so that can help with homesickness, the sense of being away from
Absolutely.
siblings
Our
they love.
students love our campus kids. I watch them
sure.
interact with those campus kids, and like Jonathan said, they go to our staff and faculty for just life advice.
Yeah.
You know, part of community isn't anything fancy. It's just doing life together.
Sure.
And I think that's one of the strengths of a smaller campus.
Yeah.
I actually was talking to someone who was here doing a program review earlier this year, and she was talking to my staff, and she said, you know, I said something like that. She's like, that's a selling point.
Yeah.
She said, sometimes we just want to get bigger and bigger,
Yeah.
but the fact that we know our students
Yeah,
here.
people are known.
People are
Sure.
known. They're not just a name and a number,
Yeah.
but they're prayed for by name.
Yes.
And they're, you know, and that culture
Yeah.
of mentorship, and we've talked about that through the day. It's been interesting. Every time we've talked, somebody has brought up that culture is happening in the dorms. It's happening in staff and faculty homes. And out of curiosity, I think it was last semester, I did just a little survey. It wasn't mandatory. So again, I got just a sampling, and I sent it out to staff, faculty, administrators, and even faculty spouses.
Sure.
And asked them a few questions. 3 main questions. First of all, are you currently mentoring a student? Secondly, have you ever mentored a student? And then thirdly, if you've ever mentored a student, are you still continuing to mentor students after they've left GBS, or former students? And so at least, I think right around half of the respondents were currently mentoring a student. And again, that's not just student affairs, right? That's
Yeah.
staff, faculty, administrators, spouses.
Yeah. Sure.
And which I was thrilled to see that over 60% said that they had at some point mentored a student. And then of those respondents, I believe it was 70%
That
or
sounds
more said we still are keeping in touch with those we've mentored. And I know that's true for me.
Sure.
I believe that's true for
Yes,
you.
yeah.
And, you know, I was honestly thinking before we were talking about one student that we mentored together for years.
For years, yeah.
And she's made it safely to heaven.
She has. She has.
And when I think of those stories,
Yeah.
and I think of those things that sometimes they were little things, right? Sometimes they were major, but
Yep,
sometimes
yeah.
they were just little life things.
Yeah.
And the two of us at least have one success
Yeah,
story.
yeah,
We
yeah.
know at least one of our kiddos has made it to heaven. And I think it's going to be a lot more.
Yeah.
Because of this culture on this campus. The president mentioned, you all were talking about our facilities crew.
Oh, yeah.
And our kitchen staff. I was talking to our director of food services, and her heart is just to mentor the students that come in. I go down there, and it's this happy place where students are learning service, and they're seeing that lifestyle modeled. And so, you know, the classroom is so important.
Sure.
Students have to have tools.
Yeah.
But I love that we don't just give them the tools. We're teaching them by practice how to use these tools.
And it's, you know, we're a college, so the classroom is central in many ways.
Absolutely.
But one of the things that I love about our faculty is that it's not only in the classroom, and then they sort of vanish into the library
Exactly,
or something.
right.
But they're eating with students at lunch.
Right.
They're leading discipleship groups. They're including students in their ministry
Right.
engagement.
And you were talking to me, I think the other day, we were talking about how many of the faculty are also involved.
Oh, 100% of the faculty are involved in another ministry outside
Themselves,
God's Bible
right?
School.
Yeah.
And most of that it's the local church.
Yes.
And one of the things that through history has sometimes been lost sight of is that the Bible College exists to serve the church.
Right.
Christ did not ordain the Bible College. Christ
right.
ordained the church.
That's right.
We are here to serve
We are
the
here
church.
to serve the church.
And
Exactly right.
it's important. One of the things President Loper and I talked about when he first came, we want a faculty that's plugged into ministry.
Absolutely.
And so that's an indicator I track and report to our board. What are the faculty doing in ministry beyond GBS? And that allows them then
Yes.
to talk with students not only about the academic material in the classroom, but what they're doing outside the
Yes.
classroom in
Yes.
ministry as well.
Absolutely. And I see the same thing in our staff as well.
Oh, sure.
Just thinking of my
Absolutely.
deans that you met
Yes.
earlier. Daryl is doing pulpit supply at a church right now. Katie works down at our Main Street Mission.
Yeah.
You know, it's just, again, that working alongside,
Absolutely.
joining our students.
And it's not, it's President Loper mentioned earlier, 6 a.m. basketball.
Yes.
One of our alums who's now doing great work as a teacher in a Christian school, he would join us for some of those. And he came back about a year after graduation or so, and he said, you know, one of the things I most miss, I miss 6 a.m. basketball. And the thing that he missed was seeing administrators and teachers in sweats, playing intensely, and still loving one another and building one another up.
Yeah.
And that culture permeates. We've got a faculty member who will take students out playing disc golf with him.
Yes,
It's not about your best score.
that's right.
It's about doing life together.
Doing life.
And it's amazing
Absolutely.
how the Holy Spirit brings things up in those moments.
Isn't it those accidental
Those
moments?
accidents
Right.
that are
Yeah.
formative then for helping
moments.
students see all
Yes.
of life and how
Absolutely.
it can be lived.
Absolutely.
We could talk a long time
We
about
could.
this.
This is, as you, I know that you probably haven't picked up on this, but this is something Aaron and I are just passionate about. What a gift it is
Yeah.
to have a front row seat.
Front row seat to miracles.
And it, absolutely. And it's funny because we're still always a little bit shocked when we see a miracle, and then we go, well, of course.
Yeah, that's who God is. That's what God does.
Of course, that's what
Yeah.
happens on this campus.
Yeah, absolutely.
Because I'm going to share one more story. I've been sharing through the day stories from students that your donations have specifically affected, and the community here is affected. And I've got
Before you do that, after our last live stream, I went back to my office. I was working. I got a pop-up Facebook message literally this afternoon from a woman who graduated a number of years ago now, international student, could not have been here without your contributions. Now in her home country of India, married, and reached out to say, would you please pray for our Christmas and New Year's ministry? We're giving away clothes to the untouchables as part of our outreach.
Yes.
And that, her life, her ministry.
They are on the front lines.
Front lines.
They are.
And a direct result of your investment in the Church of the Future, which is now the Church of the Present.
Right now.
For that graduate. So
Yes.
sorry, thank you for that.
No, I appreciate that because it actually segues right into this.
Perfect.
This is from another international student. And I have pages of these. I wish I had time to read you, but this one touched me deeply, and it's a little bit longer than our other ones, so I'm just going to read this one this time. I never imagined that studying in another country would be possible until I arrived at GBSC. From the very first day, I felt something different. This wasn't just a college. It was a family. I was welcomed with so much kindness that I immediately felt at home, even as an international student. I received several scholarships that made my dream of studying at a Christian college come true. These scholarships covered a large part of my expenses, in fact, more than half. And they don't just help you financially, but you're also surrounded by supportive people, always attentive, answering my questions, guiding me every step of the way, and making sure I could grow and feel supported. Here, they truly listen to you and value you. The best part of all is the environment. Being surrounded by people who love God and who inspire you to be your best self, academically and spiritually, has changed the way I see life. Every day, I feel more inspired, stronger, and deeply grateful. Today, I can say with all my heart that studying at GBSC has been one of the most life-changing experiences I've ever had. I'm profoundly thankful to God, to GBSC, and to everyone who works to make this college such a special place. And that's you.
Yeah.
And when you partner with us.
Absolutely.
So thank you Once again, giving.gbs.edu, and you can help us to have a lot more stories, just like this.
More stories like that.
Thank you.
And I think President Loper is here
Yes.
to slip in, and I'm going to hand him my microphone.
Thank you, Dr. Prophet and Sonia, for some heartwarming stories, I'm telling you. Thank you for that. I just want to give you an update. Last time I was here, we were at 65,000 and change. We're at almost 72,000 in the last 20 minutes or so. And so thank you. Continue to give. Cash App, God's Bible College, and also through giving.gbs.edu. We really need you to help us out during these next few minutes to hit our goal. We want to make sure that we can hit the goal we have of 100,000. Again, someone gave 50,000 and wanted to use that to motivate our friends to match that. A few minutes ago, somebody made a comment about the desk that's behind us here, and I thought it might just be neat to tell you that this right here is Oswald Chambers' desk. The Oswald Chambers Society, a number of years ago, contacted us and asked us if we would like to be the curators of his desk. And they actually donated it to us. And we thought it was fitting to come in the Oswald Chambers room, the only room we know of in the United States dedicated in his honor. And I wish we had time to show you all the pictures. But for those that don't know, Oswald Chambers taught here and was an evangelist a number of times, called GBS his America home. And it is so neat to have his desk. It's functional. We had a historical restoration done to it. We didn't want to change anything about it, but we just wanted to stabilize it. And so it's a special piece, and one that we're so proud of. And so thanks for asking. Again, make sure you comment the years you were here, the year you graduated. We'd love to interact with you just a little bit. Remember, go ahead and give now. $5 makes a difference. If you give 5, it's 10. You give 15, it's 30. I think I can figure that out. Anyway, give 100, it's 2. 1,000, it's 2. And I tell you what, the next person that gives $1,000, I have a special gift that I'll send your way. $1,000. I've got something that you won't be disappointed in receiving when you do that. Dr. Hallam, that sounds too official. Matt, come over here. And he is the director of enrollment. He's got some friends, some students here who are going to share with us. And thank you, Matt, for all you do. And I can't wait to hear stories of ministry impact right now.
Absolutely. Let me give you guys just a tip, too. You know, they're talking about doubling your money. But my 8-year-old son, Jacob, figured out tonight how to turn $1 into $250. So we were sitting around the table eating supper down in the cafeteria, and I told them what we were doing today. They didn't know what we were doing in the Oswald Chambers room, and with all these videos, they heard a little bit about him. I told them it was Giving Tuesday. They'd heard of Black Friday and Cyber Monday, never Giving Tuesday. So I told him someone was doubling all the money, and he said, I'm going to give $1. And then he went on to guilt trip the rest of his siblings into giving a further $124. So he turned his $1 into $250 through the match. So I don't know if you have family out there, but if you want to guilt trip them, we will allow you to do that as well. And you can turn that into 250% profit for God's Bible School and College. But we're here to talk about ministry. And I'm excited about this segment. We did it this morning. If you were with us, you would have heard about the Christ College Singers and the Laurel Homes Kids Club that's going downtown, some of the neat things that are happening there. This afternoon we talked about Teen Power and Main Street Chapel. And I've got 2 more people with me today that you haven't heard from yet. And I'll be honest, we're not putting you on just by bringing out just a few of them. There were 3 other people that I had emailed that said that they would like to come and be part of this. And because of the video and we only have spots for so many here, we had to turn 3 other people away. We have a lot of students that are engaged in ministry that are doing fantastic things here in the city, that it's not just something that they're doing for credit or because it's required, but because it's something that's been a passion in their heart. So I'm excited to introduce these 2 today. Why don't you guys go ahead and just introduce yourselves. Tell us who you are and a little bit of where you're from.
I'm Chrissy Miller. I am from Michigan. I'm a freshman here at GBS, and I'm part of the Hospital Singers.
Hello, I'm Caleb Nelson. I am from Dillsboro, Indiana, a little small town. about an hour away from here. I'm currently a junior here at GBS, and I'm one of the leaders for Prayer Station.
Yeah, and I just heard actually from Dr. Prof, who was up here just a few minutes ago, that you preached at his church on Sunday.
Oh yeah, that's right. So yeah, I just recently started getting into preaching, and God's been giving me the opportunities to do so. And so through GBS, we've been having opportunities for mentors, and one of those mentors was actually, he gave me the opportunity to preach at his church for a youth time. So I'm very thankful.
He
for
said
that.
you did a great job, and other people there said you did a great job as well.
Well, I hope so. I think it was the Lord that helped me if I did. So
And one of the benefits of students, I'll put a plug in for him, so call Caleb, is he went long enough, he had good content, but he didn't go too long, so everyone appreciated that. So
yeah.
Call in some of our GBS students, and they'll come and make sure that you get out by lunchtime. But we're glad that you guys are both here. Why don't you tell us just a little bit about the ministries you're involved in? What does it look like? So, Chrissy, again, you're here, and Madeline was here earlier, and she does something with the hospital as well, but it was kind of you two spearheading this.
Yes, yeah. Mm-hmm.
And I'm guessing you might be more the musical side. Madeline's very musical, but you go around just singing all the time. I mean, even when you don't have to,
Yes.
you're singing. So I'm guessing this is something that really comes out of some gifts that God has given you.
For sure. Actually, me and Madeline, both of us, were not, we hadn't known that we were going to be doing the hospital singers this semester, but it kind of ended up almost falling into our laps. Last semester we attended, but we weren't actually part of the leading.
Sure.
Ended up, the previous leader had to step down for various different reasons, and both Madeline and I were approached by the lady who does the ministries and asked if we would maybe like to be more involved. And both of us felt like that's something God wanted us to do. Madeline, I can't appreciate her enough. She's super awesome. She's actually the person who leads people around the hospital, because I'm very directionally challenged. It is not something I'm good at. So I do the, maybe leading the singing more is kind of the thing that I do, but she leads us in general, like all over the place. So she's awesome.
Wow.
And yeah, we go into the hospital, we go up to the desk usually where the nurses are, and we'll ask, hey, are there anybody here that would be interested in like having their spirits lifted, maybe having us sing in there, maybe pray for them. And doesn't always happen that they do, but we will first start singing kind of in the main area of the hospital, and then as we do that, different patients will hear us singing and start poking their heads out the doors and listening to us. And sometimes we'll go up to them and be like, so would you like us to come into your room, pray for you and sing for you specifically? And they oftentimes are willing to have that. And it's been a blessing to be able to minister to them, and it's been a privilege. So.
Yeah, and I think you guys don't just go up there and just kind of wing it, because I know here recently we were having prayer meeting on Saturday night for our ministry, and they came over because they were practicing for the ministry. So do you guys do that often, or is that just a one-time thing?
We started doing that actually this semester.
Okay.
We realized we didn't really get enough practice in for Sundays, and some people were feeling a little uncomfortable not knowing what we were going to do ahead of time. So we do every Saturday night, 7 o'clock, we get together and we practice the songs ahead of time. We all kind of put our heads together, decide which songs we were going to sing that next day, and we practice those. And then once we get to the hospital, there's a little chapel inside that we go and we first pray for the ministry and for the people that we're going to minister to, and then we practice there for about 15 minutes before we go out and start singing to the people, actually. And then afterwards, we come back to the chapel and pray again for the people that we met by name, and for the specific needs that they asked for. So.
Okay, well, great. Thank you for sharing. We're going to turn it over to Caleb. Caleb, tell us a little bit what you do. You do something different. You're on the same time frame, Sunday afternoons.
Yeah, so we meet on Sunday afternoons. Lucas Welsh and I lead the group. What we do is we meet together and then in a classroom, and then we just go say a prayer before we go, and then head downtown. And just our goal is to bring the light of the gospel to people around us. And so we do that in a couple ways, one of them being obviously through prayer. We want to give the people an opportunity to have their requests be known to God.
Let me stop there real quick. Prayer station, that's unique. Not everyone's going to know what that is.
Yeah, so.
What is it exactly? What's a prayer station?
Okay, yeah, so our prayer station is actually, we set up a booth downtown. And people can come there. It has a sign that says prayer station on it. And it's just to make it known that, look, we're here for people so they can come and have prayer for them. So that's our goal. But we don't actually stay at the booth. We also walk around the city as well, typically around like the downtown, like Fountain Square area, if anybody knows where that is. And we'll ask people if they want prayer. We'll share the gospel with them if we have the opportunity. Honestly, that's a big thing. I think a lot of people, a lot of us have grown up in Christian families. We've grown up in church all of our life. We've had that opportunity to hear the gospel. We've had the opportunity to be prayed over and prayed with and all these things. And a lot of people in this world don't have that opportunity. And so I love the opportunity to go down with this group and be able to share that opportunity to hear. It's on Sunday afternoon. A lot of us we just came from church. We're going to be going to church in the evening. And a lot of these people, they don't have that at all. Some of them are homeless. Some of them are just wandering, walking around. A lot of them are very lost, and so I think it's a great opportunity. And so
how do people react? I mean, you're down there. You wear like the little prayer apron things that they sometimes have, or sometimes I know you have the stand that goes up that says something.
Yeah.
Do people like try to avoid you, or do they come and find you? What's it like?
So we get mixed reactions. Some people are receptive and very welcoming and very happy to see us, and then others are, of course, a little more hesitant, and some are a little bit more. They reject it and a little more aggressive. But we haven't been in harmful situations yet, and I pray that continues. Obviously, it's downtown, so you can't promise anything, of course. But overall, everybody's pretty cool. I mean, we go downtown pretty much the same spot every time, and so with that, there's a lot of regular people that come, and so there's a variety of people that know us by name. We can know them on a first name basis, which I really like, because I like to be able to build that relationship with people, because I think the gospel has so much to do with relationship, and so that opportunity to be able to build relationships with people that don't know anything about God, don't have any friends with Christians. I love that opportunity, and so that's something I really like.
Yeah, I love what both of you are doing. You talked about many of us grow up in the church, and really what you're doing is taking that outside of the church. Mm-hmm. And I think that's an experience that's unique to God's Bible School and College. At least it was for me. Yeah. Before I came here, I was used to very much in church ministry, but once I got here, there's many opportunities, and sometimes I like to say God opens doors, and sometimes God opens doors and pushes us through, which, Chrissy, sounds a little bit what happened with you, with your leadership experience this semester. And this is a place where that can happen to help us to expand and become more aware of what God wants to do in the world. Tell me this, what are, we always have memories whenever it comes to ministry, some good, some bad, some funny ones. What's a favorite memory that you have, Chrissy, from your ministry?
There's a lot of them, a lot of super nice people, a lot of people. Actually, a lot of those folks that are there are already Christians. It's Christ Hospital. A lot of them are Catholic. And when we go, a lot of them are familiar with the songs that we already sing. And we are able to ask them, hey, is there something that you'd prefer for us to sing, maybe? Sure. And they generally have something that they pull out, like, now I'm forgetting, Great is Thy Faithfulness, and Blessed Assurance. Those are ones that people love. And so when we go in, I sometimes forget that it's a ministry for even those that are still Christians, but they still need encouragement. And right. I know different times I've sometimes been discouraged, like, Lord, I don't really know what I'm doing right now. I'm not sure if I'm actually helping people. But as soon as I go into the rooms and I see on their faces how much they truly appreciate what we're doing there, and just like some of them, they'll start crying, stuff like that. And those are just some really great memories that really, they serve to confirm to me that I'm doing what the Lord wants me to do. There's a particular lady recently that we went into her room. She poked her head out while we were singing out there, and she was in a walker. She couldn't walk and was in a lot of pain, and you could tell that. And we went back to her room. It actually ended up, my highlight was on one of the worst days that I had at ministry, and I was like, man, Lord, I need help. I need your strength to be able to do this. And she poked her head out. She came out. She's like, oh, will you please come sing in our room? So we went back there, and she got back into bed because she couldn't stand for that long. And she started singing along with us. But she was getting so blessed that she couldn't sing anymore because she was crying. And so she was just, you could tell she was worshiping along with us. And it was at that moment that God seemed to tell me, he said, you know, this is the reason why you're coming. It's for dear ladies like this that really need your help. She needed Jesus today, and I decided that I'm going to use you to show that he cares
his
about
channel
them.
so that
Yes,
she could
yeah,
see
it's a
Jesus.
privilege. It's a privilege. And then to me, that was also something like I needed Jesus then too, like to show me that he cared about my situation too, and he used that lady. And so it's just stuff like that all the time we see, and it's amazing. And going to continue to do it.
It is amazing how ministry heals us, and I think many of our students may come from different backgrounds where sometimes you need, or you just have a bad day, and then when you give to others, then it really,
absolutely.
God gives back to you because he's flowing through you. So, Caleb, what's a favorite memory you have?
So I was thinking about favorite memories, and I think with Prayer Station, there's a lot of different like stories that we have. There could be a lot of things, but I think my favorite memory, I think it wouldn't be necessarily a specific memory, but actually a multiple occurrence thing that I just got to experience. And that is, I met this guy, his name is Juan, on the street, and eventually we were able to, we get to that point where I know him on a first name basis, he knows my first name, and we were able to, connect with each other. And I think just talking with him, he didn't grow up in a Christian family, he didn't grow with the same background, he kind of grew up in a more less fortunate kind of background. Sure. And he just talks about some of the problems that he's facing, and being able to talk about him, and then also being able to talk about God and how God relates to those things, and how the gospel relates to all that, and then just hearing him kind of connecting to that and being like, yeah, I think that makes sense. I think that's just that makes a lot of sense. This isn't working for me, but then I could see why that would be the better path to take. Sure. And I think just seeing his perspective shifting towards seeing the benefits of Christianity in the blessings that God has, and so I think that's something that I like to see a lot.
Wow. Well, I love your memories. I've opened it up to the students throughout the day. I said you can do funny, you can do sad, you can do whatever, and I feel like every single one of them has brought it back to just the spiritual impact that it's had on you, just that you're making a difference and that God's being able to use you. Thank you so much for joining me today. I just want to say kudos to you for leading in ministry, and all the others that have joined us today here. It's amazing what you do, but again, it's a great benefit, isn't it? So I think the president's going to come and join us. I just want to make a plug to give. So this is what you're supporting. It's not just something that's happened in the past, ministry here at God's Bible School and College. We've had great things that have happened in the past, GIs of the Cross and Salvation Boat and the turkey dinners, but things are still happening here today. And you've seen a few of our students, and honestly, like I said, there was more that if I could have fit them in the space, we would have had them today, because I had to turn them away because we had too many. That's not just a few that we pulled out, but we have a lot of students that are very involved in ministry here.
Wow, you mentioned, Matt, the Thanksgiving dinner, and I know it was said earlier, but this year we partnered with a ministry downtown that did a Thanksgiving dinner on the Friday night before Thanksgiving, and we provided all the food for that occasion. And
some of our students were involved in it too.
That's right, our students and some staff and faculty. And it was a rainy night, typical fall rainy night here in the city, and numbers were down.
Sure.
People were discouraged, and what do you do with all that food, right?
Right.
And so they started taking the food to different fire stations in the city and just saying, hey, we want to bless you. And then somebody had an idea about a homeless shelter that they knew about. And they drove to the homeless shelter, and they started in the doors carrying all the food.
Wow.
And the lady sitting at the receptionist desk at the homeless center teared up and began to praise God. She said, you all are Jesus tonight. We didn't know where we were going to get food for Thanksgiving, and you guys came in and provided the food. And what a special memory. And we intend to do what we can to support that ministry in the future. We love that idea, and it's exciting.
Just say a plug for our president here. He has supported ministry. I mean, he supports students, and we talk about how that leads to ministry and leads to pastors and missionaries and people in Christian schools. But I pastored Main Street Chapel, and Since I've been here, we haven't had to cover the insurance for our vans, and multiple times when there's been missionaries or others that have needed a place to stay, he has covered that. So your dollars aren't just something that we're using to help to build our kingdom, but we're using it to help expand the kingdom, because I believe that he's a good steward of being a blessing, not just indirectly to ministries, but directly to many ministries that are out there. So thank you for that, just for how it's personally impacted our ministry.
Well, it's not about me for sure, it's about him. And I just want to be a vessel through which he can flow. I believe with all of my heart that if you hold things tightly in your hand, you'll keep it.
Sure.
But God can't bless you with more. And I want to have open hands to whatever God has for us here. And I love what God's doing at Main Street. But let's talk for a second, Matt, about next semester, the Presidential Scholarship. Sure. We know there's some students and influencers here, and we would love for you to talk to your students about this scholarship. It's tremendous.
Yeah. You want to go into all the details?
Well, probably not just a flyover.
Okay, sure.
But just give information on how to reach you.
Absolutely.
And we'll go from there.
Well, you're familiar with the Christian Worldview Scholarship. That's been something that we've been doing for probably 3 or 4 years now, and it has had a tremendous impact for students to be able to come here. Basically cuts the bill in half. What I'll say about the Presidential Scholarship is that it's more. So this is something that our president had a vision for, because he was a second semester student, so he understood the difficulty of transitioning during that time, part of which is financial. So call us if you're interested, or if you know someone that needs to be here. You know, sometimes things happen in the fall when students are supposed to be coming, or they may start somewhere else and later figure along the way, wow, this isn't really where God wants me right now. Well, we want you here. Right. And even if you don't know necessarily where you should be at, if you're one of those students, this is a great place to be if you don't know where you should be. You've heard already from the students. Many of them never saw that in their futures, and this is a door that opens to many other doors in your life. So contact us, enrollment. You can call us on our phone. Just go out to the website. You'll find our phone number. You'll find our email. You can text us, and we'll respond back to you and get back to you. You can fill out the application if you're interested. But classes start on January, I believe it's the 13th. So if you're thinking of starting in that second semester and getting the fantastic Presidential Scholarship, contact us soon.
Come on, we want you here. Unless God's saying no, come on, we want you.
Absolutely.
Matt, thank you so much.
Thank you.
We appreciate it so much. I just want to give you an update on the giving so far, and I'm very, very excited and pleased to let you know that we're at about $74,000 right now with the match, and so we need, do the math, you know, it's 26,000 divided by 2. We need 13,000 to complete the match. And we believe you can help us. So giving.gbs.edu, there's a myriad of ways to give there, but you can also give through Cash App, and that is God's Bible College on the Cash App. Would you help us out? I just talked to a donor who I appreciate him, love him. He may be watching right now. I don't want to say his name, but he muddied the waters just a little bit. And he said, I would like to do a triple match. So right now you're doing, $1 equals 2. He said, I would love to do $1 equals 3. And so right now, for the next little bit, we're going to do a triple match. And so please give right now. I don't want to miss this opportunity. All right. So triple match. So just in the last little while, I talked to him, and every dollar you give is $3. Now, if you're like me, you're going to log on the Cash App and give again. And when I gave earlier today, and I gave just a little while ago, and it said, you've already given to God's Bible School once today. Come on now, Cash App, I don't need you telling me that. I wanted to give again. And so would you come and support us? I believe we're going to hit the finish line of $100,000, but we need help. So triple match, $1 equals $3 for the next little while. Giving.gbs.edu. and $$ God's Bible College. And please, why don't you just support right now? Again, share this, like this, comment the year you attended here, the year you wish you would have attended here, any kind of comments. We want to follow up and just interact with you. We love you all. You guys are tremendous supporters of the school. We couldn't do this without you, and we're excited to see what God is doing. Well, the next little bit is I've been a little bit alarmed earlier in the day. Now, based on what I'm seeing, I'm really nervous. And so we're going to get out of your way for the next little while and just kind of hand this over to the one, the only. Is that Kent?
Good evening, everyone. I'm glad we started this at the, midnight hour. I was prepared for bed and everything. I have
I can tell.
my candle and my robe, royal robes, and this was the best Ebenezer Scrooge hat I could find from Santa's workshop. But you get the idea.
So which ghost am I?
The ghost of present, past, future, all the above.
Oh, man. Well,
Haunts my dreams.
Kent, as you were leaving the house tonight
Yes.
to come over here, this is just real world
This
stuff,
is real
right?
world stuff,
And
exactly. I'm glad you brought
just
it
give
up.
us a glimpse right into your living room or kitchen. Well, that's a bit much.
About broke my legs.
Yeah.
So there I was, preparing to head out the door to be a support to this live stream, to
Yeah,
you.
absolutely.
Anything for this man, I'll do it.
Thank you.
And I was walking out the door, and I heard a scream, nigh unto a holler of, "Oh no, why did you do that?" And I walked into our living room, and there my dear wife was holding our 15-day-old, and I looked as my middle child had spilled hot chocolate, not in a small spot, but in all over the living room.
Wait. That's new carpet.
That is new carpet. Don't worry. I applied carpet cleaner,
Oh, thank you.
and I put in a ticket, so they'll be
Oh,
there
yeah,
tomorrow.
yes.
No, don't worry, I took care of it. So hot chocolates everywhere, okay, friends? I'm getting ready to come to live stream, but I'm a good husband. I stayed home and I cleaned it up.
Oh, so precious. Precious.
I wish I could say the story was done there.
It's not.
No, friends, get ready, buckle up. In my checking of said hot chocolate spill and cleaning up, I discovered that the culprit, maybe because he was so terrified, hadn't quite made it to the restroom in time. And so we had not one, but two accidents. And so we cleaned that up as well. And then I hustled out the door, forgot that my robe, went back to the house, grabbed the robe, came back, and let's just say it's a miracle I'm here.
Beautiful night. So I had him tell that story because we need carpet cleaners.
We do. We
So
really do.
If anybody's in that industry, would you please hit us up?
Please.
Like, comment, make sure you post.
For the
on there.
next 5 minutes, we're gonna have any matching funds are gonna go straight to carpet
Hey,
cleaning.
that's not a bad idea.
It's not a bad
so,
idea.
Hey, it's triple match.
Triple match.
Can you
We're
imagine?
gonna clean all of our carpets. Crew, go spill another cup of Joe.
All right, Kent, I'm going to leave it with you for a bit. I'm going to go to the finance office.
Count your
not,
money?
Not the elderly one, but the younger one, and see if we got any money out.
All right, sounds good. I'll take it from here, boss. All right, guys. I know it's late. We must hasten to a close. The midnight hour is upon us, but we got a little bit left here to do. I think what we're going to do this time is we're going to actually head to the Commons. You've seen enough of the administration building, but we need to see the coffee shop and see some students. So let's head this way. Now, one thing I will do, I don't want to wear my royal robes and stuff all the way in there, so I will just drop it off here, if you don't mind, in the old office. Let's just make sure. Mom, what are you doing here? What? It's still Giving Tuesday. What are you doing? Did you fall? Did you break a hip? Why are you here? Do you sleep on my couch often?
I've been up since the crack of noon.
That's true. Well, why didn't you go home?
Well, turns out we have this Giving Tuesday thing till the late hours of the night.
Oh, dear
They
Ma.
know this is past my
Dear,
bedtime.
dear Bethy. Oh.
You know, it's like somebody's got to do this job.
No, you know what? You're right. You have to be up in about 4 hours. You just lay right back down
Yeah.
here. Does this smell like chloroform to you? All right, there we go. Tyler, let's just head out. Let's let her sleep. She needs her beauty sleep. Now let's just get out of here. I feel bad. Oh, don't you worry, Ma. Sleep, sweet dreams. See you tomorrow. I don't think we got much long left, but it's okay. All right, let's go over in here. Let's let her rest. This is the secret way to our student commons. Don't mind me, everybody. As you'll see, this has been renovated. This used to be the old bookstore. Then it used to be an old storage room. We used to have phone-a-thon here. And then we've sort of turned it into a common space, and recently we've made it into a coffee shop. It's going to get noisy, but it's okay. You're going to enjoy it too. Let's step over to the coffee shop and ask a couple questions, see what we got here. Benjamin, how are you, sir?
I'm doing well.
Wonderful. Hey, I have a really, really quick question.
All right.
Coffee shop has been here for about a year now. What is probably the most ordered drink at the coffee shop that you think?
In this season, probably the peppermint mocha.
Okay. What is your go-to?
It's the, gotta remember it. It's the maple cinnamon white mocha. It's my go-to.
Too many ingredients. If it's not just a vanilla latte iced, it's too much. Have you ever had a super weird order?
Not like too weird, but it took me a couple minutes to figure it out.
That's awesome. I like it. Well, continue what you're doing. Maybe we'll stop back here in a little bit. Thanks, man. We'll hit the students here in just a second, but let's go back here for a quick second. Oh, don't worry. No need to panic. I'm just gonna show them this is our mail room. So this is where we get all of our mail. If you're like me, somehow I got added to a pest control magazine subscription. So every month I get a pest control magazine. It's something I really look forward to. Throw it straight in the trash. It's great. And then there's also lots of goodies and things. This is where we get all the main food groups. We have the cafeteria, but we also have your Flamin' Hot Cheetos if you need some, and a little Miss Vicky's salt and vinegar. Oh wow, so much fun. A lot of good healthy foods here for students to enjoy. Drinks over there, and I don't know if you have seen it, gang, but we also have some new merch. Oh man, they're just flying off the shelves. So many things, and you can actually have one. If you go to gbs.edu, go to our store, you can find all sorts of things, and pick you up a new shirt, a sweatshirt, some hats, hoodies, the whole 9 yards. Here's one of those hats right now. This is great. I wish I could say I designed them myself, but I have no clue how to do that. Let's ask them a real quick question. I just have one question. What is the most purchased thing food-wise in the Commons?
For our high schoolers, it'd be the chocolate muffins.
Chocolate muffins? Okay.
College, it just depends.
Just depends. Is there something that never sells?
The peanuts, probably.
Yeah, I mean, why would you? You
They're
go.
really healthy, like granola bars.
Yeah, nothing. We don't. If it's healthy, we try to avoid it if we can. Keep up the good work. You're doing great stuff. Hey guys, let's step over in here. I'm just gonna get right in the thick of it. Might as well. All right, gang. I don't know any other way to do this. I'm going to sit right beside you, scooch on past you. We're going to ask a lot of questions. I don't know if you guys realize this, but we're on live with Facebook. Everyone say hello to the camera, to the friends back at home. Hi. This is fantastic. I'm just going to ask you some rapid fire questions. Working on some homework.
Yes.
You are? What class is it for?
Corinthian epistles.
Corinthian epistles. It doesn't sound very promising, Jacob.
Yeah, it's not.
All right, guys. You know what? Everyone at home, just take a quick second to say a quick prayer for Jacob and Corinthian epistles. We've all been there, am I right? Oh man, Reagan, how are you?
I'm good. How's your kid?
Did you see on the? Oh wait, you talking about the new kid?
The new kid.
Okay, I didn't know.
What happened to the original kid?
Well, so the original kid, he's doing fine. But just before I got here, child numero dos spilled hot chocolate on our living room floor. Really, I was walking out the door, and he also didn't quite make it to the restroom. We've all been there.
Did that make it on the live stream?
It did. I've told him now twice. So let's just keep Cruiser Bruiser in your prayers. It's a lot of fun, especially my wife. She loves that I'm over here right now. It's the best. So you guys are actually... No one saw that. We're live. You guys are actually part of the student government, correct?
All four of us are.
All four? Yeah. Wait, tell me who your cabinet is.
Well,
Introduce yourself. I'm gonna hand you the mic, and you introduce yourself.
You probably shouldn't. I'll turn it off.
Don't do it. Just hold it very gingerly.
Oh my goodness.
Gingerly.
Introduce yourself.
Is this gingerly?
Yeah, just don't push buttons.
It's upside down.
Oh.
I'm teasing.
I'm Abigail O'Donnell, and I'm the president of student government. And then...
Hi, my name is Reagan Clemens, and I am the treasurer of student government.
And our vice president and our secretary could not be here tonight, but we have Faith Cook is one of our class representatives.
You're the senior representative.
I'm the senior representative.
Dinosaur. And then we are on the student government, we're very hot-headed individuals. So we have started a advisory committee. And that's Noah. This is Noah Parks.
Hi.
You're a freshman.
Yes, sir.
Yeah.
You're in at the beginning. I
Yeah.
like that. You just jumped right in.
And we were watching the comments on the live stream, and he's got some big fans, some family at home have been supporting. You got
Hi.
anything to say?
I love you all.
There you have it. Okay, so I guess thanks for introducing yourself. Is there anything big planned for student government that's happening this fall or even in the spring?
So this fall we had Harvest Party, which is our largest event. Everyone really enjoyed it. We're going to be doing something fun and festive for finals. Actually, this Friday we're having an ugly sweater chapel, which is going to be super fun.
Is President Loper participating?
All of his sweaters are ugly. That's a zinger. Classic Stetler zinger.
I love President Lover's sweaters.
You made the right choice.
He's a very sharply dressed individual.
Right. That's right.
We love him.
Exactly. Whenever you're the president of the student government, you have to say these things. She's bought. What about spring? Got big stuff planned?
Big stuff planned. Banquet, which is huge.
Okay.
Pickleball tournaments.
You gonna
This
play?
guy.
I try to avoid it like the
Surprised you
plague.
didn't, like use your kid as like an excuse for that. I have a new kid.
Well, I will. I mean, that if you would have pressed me on it, that would have been the second thing. But first off, I just really don't want to. So
Yeah, it's true.
There's paint nights. We're going to be doing a paint night, and there's going to be like timers.
paint night,
Paint night.
as in like
Like,
you're going
the event
to.
is painting.
Oh, not going to the walls and just repainting things. I thought you were going to be helpful and do service.
We could do that too, I guess.
Okay,
Yeah, that was the plan.
Okay, sure.
There's a bunch of other stuff.
Okay, so banquet, pickleball tournaments, paint night. Anything else?
I mean, blood drive, standard event. We're going to be doing a bunch of get to know you events on campus, game nights, a bunch of stuff.
So if the president was talking about making sure you're here for the President's Scholarship in the spring, I mean, this is why you don't want to miss out. You're not going to have a free weekend. You're going to be doing a blood drive and helping other people in the city. It's great. In fact, if you give the blood drive once, you'll get on their mailing list and their phone call list, and they won't stop calling you. It's pretty cool. I get it all the time. Hawksworth blood. Right.
They give you a free shirt, from my understanding, and maybe like a tote bag. So like free swag.
They give stuff all the time. They're like, here's a free jersey for the local sports team and whatever. I'm like, all right, well, the last time I gave, I almost passed out. So I have to weigh the options,
So now you take.
Yeah,
You take.
Now I have to take the blood. That's right. If you could just donate, we'd really appreciate it. Triple the match. Donate your blood today. That's really cool. So, is there anything else student government wise that we should know about, or it's just you're at this point you're just plugging away trying to get ready for finals?
Actually, I will say that student government, some students have really stepped up, and the community has been really, really good this year. And everyone's wanting to be more involved in student government, and we're actually trying to change a few things on campus that weren't, we can't really talk about right now, but there are things, some real confidential,
But big.
things, and it's going to be a good year, and we're hoping people will come and get involved.
I love it. That's awesome. It's hard to get involved, but when you do, there's a lot of things that can actually happen, and so that's really, really exciting. Okay, so you guys probably already know this because you already seen the live stream and all this stuff, but it's Giving Tuesday, and we're doing a live stream. We're checking in with the administration building earlier, and now we're with the student commons. For those that are hoping to give, what's a reason someone should donate to GBS?
I would say because your donation can help a lot of people come to GBS who wouldn't have the opportunity to. I know for me personally, I wasn't even going to come to GBS until like a month before college because I was just like, I don't want to spend the money. And then there was the scholarship. Yeah. And I was like, oh, okay, I feel like God wants me to go. And it's been great. I've loved it. So if that is what God puts on your heart to do, I would do it. Like a ton of people get to benefit from that.
Absolutely.
And I echo exactly what Reagan was saying. It's not just like the education, you get a fantastic education, but the people you meet every single day are going to impact you for the rest of your life. And your giving allows people to be able to come here and to build these connections.
Absolutely. And Noah, you're a freshman here. What's something that you have experienced already here on the campus that is a great memory of GBS and why it's good to keep the doors open?
So I would say I've
got you.
I've had some good role models that have helped me got closer with God, new friends, hopefully new job opportunities, and just new ways to just grow spiritually and mature.
Sure. I love it. Any of you guys? You have anything? Got nothing to share. Faith, you're a senior. Hey, you're a senior.
Faith,
What's something that has been really impactful? That's one of your favorite things about GBS while you're being a student?
Gingerly. I've made a lot of connections, a lot of new friends that are hopefully not lifelong friends. Also, you will grow, President Loper says this a lot, but you'll grow so much more spiritually here in your 2 years than you honestly will probably your entire life. That might be a stretch, but yeah, it's spiritual boot camp, so donate.
I love it. Jacob, I'm checking back in. How are we doing with that assignment?
It's going pretty good.
Going good? You not quite done yet, though?
No.
Okay. I had hopes that, that I was going to be the spark that ignited Corinthianism into his noggin. It's going to be great. Spiritual gifts. This guy has a lot of spiritual gifts. Jacob, you're a unique individual.
That's true.
That's a good thing.
You both are.
Get out, you rascal. Oh, man, this guy. So you were here as a student in high school and then came to college. So do you have anything was like a great memory or something that you love about the high school and GBS?
I don't really know about high school was good.
Sure.
There's nothing that sticks out, but college, I've grown more my time at GBS than I have anywhere else. God has helped me in many ways. There's been a lot of things that He has just worked on me about.
Sure. So what are you studying for right now? What's your major?
Minister. I'm going to be pastor.
Going to be a pastor. That's right. Exciting stuff. Keep working on your Corinthian epistles. If you have questions, go to someone else because I didn't take that class. But I am reading it right now.
Okay,
Oddly enough, I'm reading. Yeah, I'm reading it and for my devotions. So it's great.
Stephen Smith commented and said, "Jacob Mason, glad you're studying those Corinthian epistles."
Stephen, your teacher is watching you right now. Yeah. That's right. Hey, he's doing. I'm keeping him locked in. That's right. Good stuff. If you took Corinthian epistles or Romans and Galatians or prison epistles, why don't you comment and share one of your favorite assignments or your least favorite assignments? I've heard of some that were some doozies, but we'd love to see and hear what you have in the comments. Anyone else over in this corner have anything they want to share? You're a freshie. How are you? But you're used to being here. You used to live here. Introduce yourself to the crowd.
My name is Alexa Arnder, and yes, I'm a freshman. Lived here for 5 years. Now I'm back for college.
I like it. What's something you should tell why should people give?
Because it really does help. I received scholarship this semester, and it helped a lot.
Perfect. Also, Jacob, I'm sorry I just about hit you in the jugular vein right there.
Okay.
Yeah, that one's on me. I appreciate it. I'm going to pivot right here because then I won't hit Jacob. Seth, why don't you introduce yourself and tell a little bit about why people should give to GBS?
My name's Seth Schott, and I say you should give to GBS because it gives a lot of good opportunities for kids to come here and learn about God and experience, get knowledge and get a degree. So,
what's one of your favorite memories of GBS?
Probably just the chapels. Honestly, I really love chapels and that they're very impactful and you can see God work in them. So, give.
I like it. I'll go over to this side just because I don't want to leave anyone out. I tried to give you a chance, but you said no. All right. Remember that. I'm a blessing. Go ahead and introduce yourself to the camera and just say something you love about GBS.
My name is Caroline Dean. One thing I love about GBS is just the community. I feel like everyone is just so nice and kind here, and I just really love that.
That's awesome. And you're a freshman this year, right?
Yes, I am.
What are you studying?
General studies. Yeah.
Exciting stuff. Thank you all for participating in this live stream. It would have been really awkward if I would have done this by myself. So you guys are my favorites. See you guys. Say goodbye to everybody on the live stream. Appreciate it. All right. Austin, come over here. We'll do one last one. The main man, Austin. This is why we need to introduce this guy. If you know Austin, you've heard his laugh. You've heard everything about him. He's the best. Austin, you are one of our campus security guards. What is one of your favorite things about being a security guard on campus?
Keeping watch for danger around campus.
That's right. Have you ever had any run-ins with yours truly?
There's a couple of times where I had to call the police to check things out.
That's right. He keeps us safe. He keeps us secure, and he keeps me on my toes. If I'm ever sneaking around or going in a building that I don't have all the clearance for, Austin makes sure that he knows what's going on, right?
Correct.
Why should people give to GBS?
This is where you learn deeper into God's Word, and basically basically like expect the unexpected.
Absolutely.
And just be prepared for it.
That's awesome. Austin, you're the best, man. Say goodbye to everybody back on the live stream. Attaboy. All right. I forgot. I have to unlock the door. But we're going to go back over here. We're going to tune in with El Presidente Loper, and we're going to wrap this up and see where we're at on Giving Tuesday. More pictures. Ulysses S. Grant and Bill. Don't know them. Don't know their names at all, but somehow they wrote some letters to the school, and it was really important, and we love them for it. President Loper, I kept everyone in line. This is good stuff.
Hey, let's go back in and sit down for a second.
Okay.
Yeah, this is serious, Kent. We need to have
It's
this
never
chat.
good when he calls me back in. This is just pray, saints, pray. Okay, go ahead and drop those praying hands emojis. Okay.
You just have a seat right there.
Not good. Electric chair.
Yes, yes. So how did it go?
Well, I was just mainly thankful that people were there because it's intramural night, volleyball. It might be volleyball championship intramurals, and so I was afraid that there was not going to be anyone there, and so I would have had to just talk to myself, which I've done that many a times, but it's not always comfortable for people to watch. So I'm just glad people were there.
How was your mom tonight?
She was trying to get her beauty sleep. I found her sleeping on the couch again. She can't even make it home these days.
It's soon.
It's soon. You hate to see it, but we're appreciative of what she's done and how she's contributed to this institution.
Yeah,
and
she just carried it
we're
for the
proud.
last little
That's
while.
right.
And it's sad. What
is
do
sad.
you do?
What do you do? That is, I say it many a times. When I wake up, when I go to bed at night, and when I wake up in the morning, what do you do?
What do you do?
What do you do?
You feel like, a good Oklahoma saying is, you feel like a sheep-killing dog when you do something like that.
That's true. That's true.
Well, Kent, we're close.
Oh, I like to hear that.
We are so close that it's almost within touching distance. We're at over 97,000.
Oh, my goodness.
And I just cannot imagine the faithfulness of God.
Absolutely.
And we are so close. So 97.
Okay.
If you divide that, 3,000 left divided in half, we need $1,500.
15. We can do that.
But I have an idea.
Okay.
In my office, I keep neat items. And I have a genuine leather ladies' tote. I'm telling you, this is high quality saddleback leather. If you know anything about leather products, you know this is high quality right here. And it's probably 16 inches wide by 12 inches tall. You're good at that.
Oh, yeah.
Right?
The old eye
4
test.
or 5 inches thick. This is a great tote for some lady, maybe a purse, maybe something to carry.
Already comes with pre-packing tape stuff.
It's brand new.
Great.
I'm telling you, it's still got the packing stuff inside. I'm telling you what, the next $1,000 gift is going to receive it. In fact, to just keep things the way it ought to be, I'm going to give my phone number. I know it's dangerous. 513-426-0047. 513-426-0047. The first person to text me that they're going to give $1,000 gets this. We'll put it in the mail in the next day or so. 513-426-0047. This is a very expensive item, and it has the God's Bible School and College logo on it, and it's just going to be a great thing. And I would encourage you to just step right up and make it happen. I got my phone right here. I'm waiting on a text. We want to hit
Send the text. Why wait? We're right there at the finish line. And you don't want to see my face anymore, but we'll stay on here as long as we have to until you give that.
Until we get it.
That's right.
Do you remember those stories in PR back in the 80s when GBS would go out? They literally would say, we're going to keep taking the offering until we get it. I mean, a PR service. And I don't think
we want to do that, but we will get the phone book out and start reading names if we have to.
We will.
Okay?
And
so someone needs a text.
513-426-0047. Text me, and we'll make it happen. We'll get it to you. It's lovely. You won't be disappointed, I promise. So make sure that you reach out that way. Kent, you have walked around the office and you have interviewed various people. But the one thing that we have not talked about is your role here. What do you do?
Well, I am what every child dreams of, growing up, they want to be the registrar. Everyone wants to do it. It's police officer, astronaut, cowboy, registrar, and I just happened to snag the role.
Wow.
So basically what that involves is setting up classes for another semester, enrolling students, doing a lot of reports for the government and accrediting agencies, and yes, sending transcripts.
Oh my. Wow.
It's pretty glamorous. Not everyone gets the chance to do it, but I'm just pretty fortunate to.
It is, and it's exciting. I mean, we work together on a few of those governmental things.
That's right.
You bring it up, I sign it. I don't even read it.
No, he doesn't.
So, I trust this guy. I know it's scary, but I trust this guy to not lead us astray.
If I'm nothing if not trustworthy.
That's good.
I'm a lot of nothing, but I at least am trustworthy with your signature.
With my signature.
With your
that
signature,
is good.
I am.
That is good. All right. Well, we're going to give another update here in just a second, and we'll see where we're at. The other thing, Kent, that you do on a regular basis here is you go and you mentor students.
Sure.
And so just give a little glimpse of what mentorship looks like. I'm going to run to the finance office, make sure we hit our mark. I'll be right back. All
Sure.
right? It's
Not a
good to
problem. Okay. So I'm one of those folks that is not necessarily looking for a lot of interaction. A lot of people think since I'm holding a camera, running around doing silly stuff, that I just love being out in front of people. But honestly, I'm pretty introverted and like sort of just holding up in my office and doing registrar things. But I have had the privilege over the years to, I guess you could say, be a mentor to some students that have come to me, whether that's just they want to have someone that can speak into their life, keep them accountable. I've even had some that have come in some crisis moments that they didn't know which way to turn, and so they're like, could you help me? And every single time that has happened, I have not felt qualified in any way, shape, or form to help them. But there's something about working at this place and seeing lives changed, and it just makes you want to roll up your sleeves and be a part of it in some way, shape, or form. And I happen to study, I didn't go to school to be a registrar. My degree at GBS was in counseling and youth ministry. And I'm on the board. I lead Youth Challenge, a youth organization that's been in existence for 30 years. I'm now a part of it, and that's part of my training. And the other part is counseling. I never went in to be a full-time counselor, but I have had many conversations in my office with students who have found themselves in need of some direction and some help for whatever situations they were finding in life. And so it's been an absolute honor and a privilege to walk with several young men through their faith journeys, to see them graduate, to see them stick with it, to see them overcome some tough times in their life. And we've sat in my office and cried many tears together at the low points. But man, is it fun to cry when you see what God is doing in their lives and how He's led them through the valley and onto that mountain peak and moved them forward into ministry. And so it's a real honor and a privilege to be able to do that.
So it's more than just documents, signatures, governmental regulation,
Absolutely.
Transcripts.
Absolutely. The reason why we turn on the lights is for every one of these students that you've seen on this live stream, even in the background, the stories that you've heard, because lives are being changed. God is using a new generation for today's day and age for His kingdom work. It's advancing, it's happening, and it is a privilege to wear the registrar cap to continue that mission.
Whatever we got to do to push the mission forward. We just got another $1,000 gift.
Amazing.
And so $500 away. And so right now, if you have already given, I ask you just to give just a little more. If 5 of you will give $100, if 10 of you will give $50, we can reach this goal. I believe we're going to reach it.
I agree.
I think that people are watching live, but then people will watch even as this goes offline. But it'll be wonderful to know that we've reached that goal. And so make sure you give in support of the school. We know that without your giving, we cannot do what God has asked us to do, to stand behind these young people, to train them, to equip them, to go out and do the work of ministry,
That's right.
and that is what we're passionate about.
You know, you should tell them a little bit about, we're giving, we're asking you to give so that we can support these students. Tell them about what the students are doing with their missions project.
Yes. So one of the things that I am most proud of in the last 10 years since I've been here is every October and November, we do a missions fundraiser. And the purpose of that fundraiser is to give to some missions project around the world. And our students, I'm telling you, Kent, they rise to the challenge.
Every year.
And they give tremendously. And so in the last 10 years, they have given well over now $100,000. These are students who are working to pay their school bill. These are students that don't have a lot of expendable income, and they're giving the missions.
Every year.
This year, just last week, we finished the fundraising drive, and we received about $7,000 from these students to go to building a church with HIM, and it's not going to be the entire cost of the church. And so if you'd like to give to that project, call HIM. President Harold Martin would love to talk to you. And worthy cause, and it's a tremendous blessing. And the students have just rallied. We drilled a water well in Honduras. We built churches in Lesotho. We've given to a building project in Nigeria. We're giving for this project in Eastern Europe. We bought a car for a missionary in Mexico. These kids get it, and we're super excited about it. Well, I think, Kent, I just watched as somebody came in on our famous now thermometer.
We're at the fever zone right
I'm
now.
telling you, we are. I see just a little sliver at the top of white. And we desperately need you to help us. Cash App right now. We need you to give in Cash App at God's Bible College. Don't say God's Bible School. Cash App has funky things. They shut that one down. This is the one we're using. Giving.gbs.edu. And we need $500. We need you to respond now. Kent, it's your bedtime.
It is. It's 8:01.
I'm telling you. And so what are we going to do?
You know, I think what we're going to do is we're going to keep talking until they get $500. We're going to do it. Wait, it's a telethon.
We'll just hold our phones. Yeah,
That's right.
You know what? If you'll give $100, we'll pray. Isn't that what some of?
That's right. That's right.
That'll be all right.
400.
We need $400. Yes, it's going to come in quick. We believe it, and so support us very, very much right here.
Absolutely.
So you guys have done so well, and honestly, we started the day out with 0.
That's right.
The 50 match. Thank God that somebody gave that, and it has just been tremendous. We need $100, and you guys are giving so well, and God has just been faithful to us today. Brand new. We don't know what we're doing. We're using an iPhone camera, and the media team is scratching their heads. We got a tremendous team. But they're scratching their heads wondering what in the world we're doing. But you guys have been so faithful. And we appreciate it so much. And I think that we're going to make it.
I agree.
$100.
And one thing that's great about these live streams, while there's been moments where it's like, what are we going to do? What am I going to say? I think one thing, I was sitting back there listening to some of those segments and just saying that the best thing was we have on camera multiple times these stories of what God is doing in so many people's lives. It's just exciting to see. I'm ready to run through a brick wall and keep serving Jesus here at GBS because of what He's doing in these lives of these students and these folks.
We point back at what God did. I mean, we can start in the 1900s with the folks that left this campus, went to the Pacific.
That's right. To
We
Japan.
think of Charles and Letty Cowman, E.A. Kilborn. And then you go to the 10 boys that went to Japan to knock on doors. And then you can go to the Thanksgiving dinners where thousands were impacted, to the GIs of the Cross, to your grandfather leaving our campus to go be a missionary in Guatemala and Honduras and pouring his life out through those ministries. And then your parents who
met on campus.
Met here on campus and went into Christian education.
Absolutely.
And later in life, really, felt a call to missions, went to Mexico and served there. And students today who are doing the same thing. I think of one of our students named Jennifer, who feels called to Central America. And she's already ready to go. So it's not just past.
No,
it's
happening.
present.
That's right.
And your giving makes a difference. And so thank you so much. I just got the sign from our finance department. We have reached our goal.
Let's
Praise
go.
God. All right.
Praise the Lord.
We appreciate it so much. And like this, share this, tell your friends about this. Oh, I'd love to report in a week or so that we topped 125,000.
That's right.
And so I just want you to see this. It started out so meager, and we have reached the goal.
That's right. Fever zone.
$100,000.
All the way to the top.
Full fever. And it's because of your generosity, your support. Thank you so much.
Yes.
God bless you. And we're going to keep doing what we're doing, training young men and young women to go out and do the work of ministry. Thank you so much.
Thanks for partnering with us.